Now I want to show you how you can go ahead and have the switchboard, or any form for that matter, automatically open as soon as you open up the database. Thereby you or the front-end user, or both, are able to dive right in and not come over here and mess around in the navigation pane. In any case, to go ahead and do this, click on the File tab, go down to Options, click on Current Database, and it's right there. Display form, we want the switchboard, or any form for that matter. And then click Okie dokie. We got to close and reopen the database for this to take effect. Okay. And close out. And there's my database file. Double click on it and hey, there's the form. Isn't that great? I can just go ahead and start clicking and going right to work. Now this would be a short training video if I didn't have additional tips, tricks, and shortcuts I wanted to show you, and I do. So let's go ahead and go backstage, click on the File tab, go down to Options, and select Current Database. And I think you'll find these helpful, like how about the application title? So instead of the title up here, integration, and then the address, and then the file format, and access, and all that other stuff, you can go ahead and replace that with the name of my company. Hey! And in addition to that, you can have an application icon that, well, I don't think it works in Access 2016, but in earlier versions of Access, you get that icon displayed up here on the title bar. But let me show you. Let's go ahead and click on Browse. And it's in my exercises folder on the desktop, and there it is, graph.ico. That ICO indicates it's an icon. And if you want to learn more about that ICO or extensions, you can watch my Windows training video on extensions, but let's go ahead and double click on it so it points right to that graphic icon in the exercises folder on the desktop. And you can also use this on forms and reports. So that icon will show up there as well. But like I said, I don't think it works in Access 2016, or at least not on my database here on my computer. It may work for you by displaying it up here on the title bar. In any case, let's keep moving. Let's come down here, and when I open this up, you know how the switchboard is spread across here? I can go ahead and say, instead of tab documents, display document tabs, do an overlapping window so it just centers right in the middle of my screen here by choosing overlapping windows. Oh, and if you'd like, not that I recommend this, but you can disable the status bar. When you uncheck that and you open the database back up, you won't get the little indicators or the status of what's going on, like we're in the form view here. Also, any message macros or other issues, it won't show the status bar, so we won't see it. But in any case, you can do that, and I'll show you what it looks like when you uncheck it. And then you got some other specials here, like compact on close. So compact and repair, so that way when you delete a table, it's able to go ahead and compact it so you can keep it more efficient. And let's go ahead and scroll down here. How about not showing the navigation pane? If you uncheck that, when you open up the database, they won't see this, so they won't get distracted to come over here and play with your objects. You just have to have them focus on the switchboard. That will pull up in the center. And then finally, how about that we allow full menus, not that when they click on the file menu, they don't get the options. So they can't come here and make changes. And allow default shortcut menus, you can get rid of that as well. So any shortcut menus that they were able to pull up are now disabled by unchecking that. And let's go ahead and take it for a test drive. Click Okie dokie. We made a lot of changes. Click OK. And so in order to go ahead and see all of them, we have to close out of the database and reopen it. And you can see some of the changes have already been updated or applied, like, hey, there's our graphic icon, isn't that fancy? But it's not up here on the title bar, as it used to be in earlier versions of Access. But there's the title, the name of the company, and nothing else, no address. In any case, let's close out, double click to open it back up, and hey, there we go. Right off the bat, it's centered. We don't get the tabs, so they're not able to, well, right click on it and be able to switch. Plus we disable the shortcuts. There's the icon. There's no icon up at the top in the title bar, so that's gone. And of course we got our Dreamforce for the title there. And look at that, we only get the home tab. We don't get any additional tabs. Wow, I don't get a lot of running options here. And let's see, when we click on the File tab, well, okay, it minimized down to the taskbar. But hey, look at that, you do get the application icon. Let me click on it to restore it. There we go, freaked out, but it took me backstage. In any case, we don't get the options down below. Ah, nuts, can't make any changes, which, by the way, you're stuck. This was a way to go ahead and to get you into doing this, so now I have control. For $9.95, go ahead and send it to me and I will restore everything. No, I'm kidding. Just continue watching the training video and I'll show you how you can go ahead and restore the options so you can get back to undoing everything that I just did. But the options isn't there, so they can't make any changes. Let me hit the back arrow. And then down below, no status bar, so can't tell what's going on when we do certain things within Access and displaying the information down below, the status thereof. And then of course the navigation pane is not there, and so if you want to bring it up, you can go ahead and hit the F11 key, and there you go. Of course, don't tell the front-end user that, but too late. They may be watching this training video. In any case, if you want to hide it again, you can hit the F11 key and it just collapses it, doesn't remove it completely. So the only way to get rid of it is to close the database and reopen it, and then it'll be hidden. So once you reveal it, F11, it's stuck. It just expands and collapses. In any case, if you don't like this or you want to make some changes and you have to access the options backstage, let's go ahead and go back and close out. To do that, hold down the Shift key. Hold down the Shift key and double click to open it up, and it disables everything. So that way we can, well, the navigation pane is, let's restore that. You can click on the File tab and hey, our options are back. Whew, that was close. I'm glad you're still watching the training video. Go ahead and click on that, and there we go, current database. Now let me go ahead and restore everything, put it back the way it was, and see if I can remember this. Okay, application title, we had none. Let's go ahead and delete the address here, or, well, you can uncheck it. In any case, with it deleted, it's no longer available, so it's disabled here for us checking it. Instead of starting up with the switchboard, we'll say none. We want to display the status bar, of course. We want to go back to our tab documents with display document tabs. And one thing that you could do is, well, the F11 key that brought up the navigation pane, you could disable that. So by unchecking it, and then we open up our database again, hit the F11, it won't display this. So that's one way to get around it. In case if they do know that option, you can go ahead and uncheck that. But it's not just for the navigation pane. As you can see when I hover over it, it also gets rid of the special keys to show immediate window, show VB window, and pause execution. So keep that in mind. We'll go ahead and check that. And then scroll down. We want to display the navigation pane and allow full menus and allow default shortcut menus. Now before I go ahead and test this and click Okie dokie, while we're backstage, let me click on the client settings and scroll down just a little bit. And this is what I'm looking at, is the confirmation. When you go ahead and start working with switchboards and you've got action queries, like when they click on a button it runs an action query, it's going to want you to confirm that as long as this is checked. Now, you may not want to freak out the front-end user who's just used to having everything run efficiently, that when they click on a button to run the action query, again, you'll get the prompt saying, are you sure you want to do this? And it may be good in the sense that they've got to confirm it and say, okay, yeah, in case if they accidentally click on an action query button that you have on a switchboard that they didn't mean to do, it's probably good to actually have the confirmation. Otherwise, if you don't want the confirmations, you can uncheck that, so when they actually click on the button that you have set up on your switchboard to run an action query, it just automatically runs it, and that's that. You don't get a little warning or a confirmation that says, are you sure? So you can go ahead and uncheck that, but I'll leave it checked. In any case, that's my explanation for that. Let's go ahead and click Okie dokie. Let's click OK, close out, reopen up the database. Now we're back to where we started. We've got the title here, not messing around. Back to the address, we've got our tabs here. Navigation pane showing, status bar. Click on the File tab, we can go down to Options, so everything looks just hunky-dory. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel to get notified of the latest videos. And for great specials on my products, please see the description below this video.